And so this guy, Matt Huerta, he's been on the Planning Commission for over 10 years. He was appointed by the then Mayor, Ana Caballero, and he's really been up on this topic of inclusionary housing. There is a meeting tomorrow, and actually, can you sit down so that people can also hear behind you? So there will be a city council meeting on the inclusionary housing ordinance. There will also be a meeting at 2 o'clock that the men will also go to for a new homeless shelter discussion. So it is about the homeless shelter discussion, and 2 o'clock I would encourage the ladies to go to that as well as a 4 o'clock meeting. Okay.
Can you explain to them what inclusionary means?
That's what Matt's going to do. Matt's going to do all the explaining because this guy, he's the man.
Get the word inclusionary.
Yeah.
As long as they don't end up with like this.
Let's try to move through this as quick as we can because we need to respect Matt's time as well. If you can, come on over this way so we can, just somewhere in the center so people can hear you.
Is this okay?
Yeah? I mean, even in the very middle might help those people there. But go ahead.
You want me to grab a couple of the guys out there today so you don't realize what's going on?
Yeah, I'll get them. Yeah, go ahead. Get them. Go ahead.
Just talk. For about 10, 15 minutes.
Sure, you're good. Yeah.
You're going to be eating dinner out there.
Hey.
Give us some stuff.
Let's talk to face-to-face. You go talk to them. So again, I'm sorry, ladies, but I'm going to have to ask you to be quiet for a little while, and also the men. You already know you're supposed to be quiet, and I got a tighter grip on you guys. So come on, let's behave. Okay, let's give this man respect because he's trying to help you. The whole point of coming down here was to inform you of what's happening and affecting your life directly and indirectly. So let's try to give the man some respect. Let's listen to him because he's trying to help us.
Wes, thank you for having me, and I'm humbled, and I'm here to share information with you, to be part of your community. You're here. Thank you for inviting me to share some space with you as well.
Thank you for being here.
My name's Matt Huerta, and I live here in Salinas. I'm part of the community. I've been here since about 2005-ish, around then. I studied at University of California, Davis, over there by Sacramento. I'm originally actually from Fresno, the Central Valley, so it's very much kind of like Salinas and everything, another breadbasket of people working hard to put food on the table without much, support, especially when you come from immigrant communities and stuff. And my family, I share that as well. I'm the second or third generation in my family to kind of come through the system here in California, just trying to make ends meet, right? Trying to do better and then also help your family and your friends and those that come behind you do better. And so I studied when I was going to school at Davis about how to make the community better and more powerful. And I was just really interested in that from the get-go, from growing up, because I was one of those kids that I saw stuff, and I talk to people, and I just feel it, right? I just feel I have this, I believe everybody's talented. Everybody has something to contribute. Some people can juggle. Some people can run fast. Some people can shoot a hoop. Some people can read and remember what they read. Some people can sing. Some people can dance. I think everybody's got something to contribute to this world. One of my talents, I don't have very many, but one of them is that I feel what's going on in the world around me. And I learned how to ask questions. I didn't know when I was young how to ask the right questions. I had to go to school. Fortunately, I was able to go to school and learn how to ask the right questions so I can get the right information so that I can be helpful to other people. Okay? And so when I was studying about what was going on in the world and why things were so screwed up, because we live on one side of town and it looked a certain way. There were certain opportunities on this side of town. And then on this side of town over here, Nothing. And why is that so? And why do people tend to look a certain way over here, little, you know, white and privileged, and over here, different shades of brown and black and yellow, and they have less resources? And this is from when I was real little. I'd always ask those kinds of questions, and like, no one really had good answers for me. I had to study that kind of stuff for years to figure out what was really going on. And now, after I've been doing community work, working with nonprofits, I actually have my own company where I work with different nonprofits to try to figure out solutions. Nobody has the solutions. If we had solutions, none of us, you all wouldn't be, right, experiencing some of the conditions and hardships or constraints that you have right now. We'd be in better spots. So obviously, not everybody has a solution. But I believe that if we connect to the right people, okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, you can ask questions. Go ahead, give me one.
Okay, it took you a long time you're going through, but you get the answer in your mind to question why one side of town?
Yeah, good question. So he's asking me, you know, did I learn anything? Did I figure anything out? Yeah, I figured some stuff out. There's a power dynamic, right? It's about power. You either have it or you're being acted by it, right? Someone else has that power and you are being, you know, acted on by that power. And that power can manifest itself, okay, can be something, okay, depending on who's pushing that power. That power can be from a business person or people. That thing can be from the mayor or elected officials. That can be from family, friends, or whatever. It just depends, okay? I know I'm talking real big right now. We're going to talk about specifics. But I just want to get a little bit out there in terms of, you know, who I am. And, you know, I'm just a person, just like you, right? Trying to figure out the world. And I've had opportunities, and I've been able to take those opportunities, and now I'm trying to create something so that I can help other people with it. That's all I'm here for. And so if you want to take what I'm about to tell you and use it as your power, right? Your individual power and your collective power, then we can do something about it. And you have people that care and love you, like Wes and other people, right? That want to uplift the community. And that's what we try to do. And you get to decide whether we're genuine or not. I can come over here and blow smoke up your ass all day long, all night long, but you get to decide whether you want to take the information and believe me and do something with it.
I think you're real.
Appreciate that, you know, because I got nothing to lose. I'm here, I'm going to be okay. And so I'm here to, again, provide some information. Let's see if what comes of it. I want to talk to you about some policies that are going on here in the city of Salinas, okay? So I've been here a little over 10 years, figuring stuff out, meeting some people. I've been meeting some of the right people in terms of their power, right? So people that are really trying to be in positions of power, like mayor or city council people, you know, what's really going on? Why do they want to do that? You know, some people really gravitate toward having that kind of power and trying to either help other people or try to like stop something else from happening. Okay? And so it's really hard because everybody comes at you with the same thing. I'm here to help, I'm here to help, I'm here to help. But if the result, if whatever they're doing, if the result doesn't help you and doesn't help the majority of the people, then who's really getting helped? Why are they in those positions of power and authority of allocating resources if at the end of the day, it's not helping the majority of the people? Why? What's happening?
They're empowering themselves.
So they're empowering themselves, maybe their friends, maybe people who...
Their family members.
Their family members, people that look like them, maybe the pretty people, right? It's like, what's really going on? And so I think I figured out some of that stuff that's going on. I don't want to name names. We don't need to do that. I think what's important, okay, is... Sometimes you call people out. I mean, if they're crazy and they're doing something up there where if the mayor's acting crazy, you know, then we got to call them out. If there's a councilwoman or a council person or whatever, if there's a business leader in town and they're acting crazy or acting foolish, they don't have the best interests of the people in mind, you got to call them out, for sure. Okay, there's a time and place for that. Okay? What's happening right now is that there's been housing policies that are talking about how do we improve the whole housing condition for the whole community. It's really complicated.
What makes it more than complicated is
police harassment out there.
There's police harassment, there's lack of resources, right? Lots of money out there, there's lots of money out there, but it's concentrated in a few hands, and they want to continue building the nice, beautiful stuff. They don't really want to put all that money, okay, in apartments or other kinds of housing
Family shelter.
unless they have to. Why are they going to have to? Why would they have to take some of those resources?
We have to make them.
We have to.
We have to stand up
And how do we-
ourselves and make them.
And who's we?
Homeless
We're the people.
People that need it. So homeless people. Who else needs housing in Salinas? Who else needs housing?
I do.
You need housing. Homeless. You think there's probably some
Disabled.
form of Viviendas también, ¿verdad?
The disabled,
Disabled.
mentally
No
challenged,
income.
mentally
There's probably some
challenged.
seniors out there that need to make sure that they have a roof over their head, that they can get in there, right?
We don't stand up and make them terrible. Terrible.
I see kids in here right now.
Yeah.
They could probably have a better living condition, right?
Definitely.
That's first and foremost.
So everybody needs housing.
Yes.
Everybody needs healthy, affordable housing. Something that doesn't take all their money away. Because if you spend all your money on housing,
What do you got left?
then what you got left? You still gotta eat. You still got, you need clothes on the back of your, you need maybe money for furniture, you still need to sleep on something. You need to eat on something. If you wanna hold a job, guess what? You can't probably get around on the bus the whole time. You probably need a car.
Transportation,
Does it start like quality
What was
of
that?
life?
Transportation,
transportation is part of
Entertainment, quality of life?
quality of life, all these things. So, what's quality of life? Let's talk about quality of life, because people talk about that a lot. What does quality of life mean to you?
Means if my quality of life is better, so everybody else around me will be better too.
Right?
If your quality of life is
Say
high,
that again, say that louder.
Your standards.
I said, if my quality of life is better, everybody else around me's life is good, quality of life is gonna be better.
Right.
So now say the opposite of that.
That's my quality
if
of
they take
life.
you down, you're down.
Well,
Say the opposite of
the
that.
opposite, if my quality of life is poor, everybody else's life is gonna be poor.
You hear that? Say that one more time.
Everybody, if my quality of life is poor, everybody around me's quality of life is gonna be poor.
And that's what we forget sometimes. We're all in this together. If I'm failing, if I'm hurting, we're all.
We already.
Todos juntos. Somos unidos en una comunidad.
You
¿Verdad?
gotta have something, you gotta work, man.
You gotta work.
We all have to try.
So we
You
need,
don't work, you don't never have nothing, man.
necesitamos trabajos, ¿verdad? Necesitamos
Hogar.
vivienda.
Don't work.
Hogar.
Necesitamos justicia. Necesitamos comunidad para nuestros hijos.
That's California needs.
On the step that they have to stay.
That's what it is.
So we know what we need. We know what we need. How are we gonna get it? We need power. We need you connect with people like me, professionals, people that have stuff over here that want to uplift the community. We need to make sure that the people that have other resources that are in positions of power, like the mayor, other council members, business leaders, that they put their money where their mouth is, okay, because we
We have to convince them to why
gotta convince them, we gotta connect all the right people, right? So here we have some, and so sometimes you have unique opportunities, okay, because you can't fight that fight every day, okay, you can't go storm City Hall every day. But sometimes there's opportunities. Sometimes the planets line up.
The door opens.
Sometimes the door opens. This guy's really smart right here. Pay attention to this.
Sometimes
Sometimes the door opens. So tomorrow, okay, is one of those
It's an
times.
opportunity.
The door is opening at City Hall, and they're saying, guess what? There's a policy called the Inclusionary Housing Ordinance. This very complicated policy, but I can tell you what it means,
What is it
okay?
again?
Sometimes you
Inclusionary housing project.
go find a job.
Inclusionary housing.
But job is not-
Inclusionary housing.
You gotta.
That's right, you have to have, and so, there, you know, I know I'm throwing a lot out to you, but so tomorrow, as an example, okay, the policy that they're talking about has to do with the new area of town, okay? Because this is kind of part of the older area of town. This is one of the older communities, right? It's been around for a long time, right? That's why the streets are the way they are, the buildings are the way they are. Something burns down, do you think they built it right back up?
They wanted to
No.
condemn it. and
I
run
bet
us
you,
out.
I bet you if a building over there on another nicer area, nicer neighborhood, newer neighborhood burned down, I bet you they'd start rebuilding it the next day.
Oh, yes.
Guaranteed.
Don't you think?
Tear down the
And
big
they,
deal.
they actually give you that, get bruised,
There you
got
go.
to build up.
Here's a good example. See, she knows. She
We
did
have,
now.
we have now a building right here in
Yeah.
the corner that's still sitting the same way that was.
Yeah, it was burned.
Still sitting there.
There you go.
You were sitting.
So we know that the resources are out there, they're distributing them. We gotta make sure we get some of our fair share. That's what the Inclusionary Housing Ordinance is about. They're gonna build up to 11,000, 12,000 homes, new homes over the next 20, 30 years. Okay? On the north side of town, over there by Veranda, by Northridge, okay? The mall, way out there. They're gonna start building all that stuff. Right now, you see people, you know, picking lettuce, broccoli,
All vegetable fruit.
vegetables. They're gonna start building all that. You know where the Lowe's is? You guys anybody seen where there's gonna be a big Lowe's? They're building it right now. You can see
I
it.
have a question.
Question.
In regarding the statement you're making, young man, and regarding to the meeting that's gonna be held tomorrow,
Ask the question.
if we go there and voice our opinion, how strong would that voice stand between those people who are in leadership to help us, who can afford housing, low-income housing? How far would that ride? Will we be able to get it?
I think they're gonna move forward tomorrow.
That's the
You know,
Tom.
Get out.
You know what's so powerful about what he just said? He asked the question. He asked the question, okay, are they gonna hear us? Are they gonna hear us?
How many
When you go to city council tomorrow, are they gonna hear us? The real question back
Are
to
they gonna help
you
us?
is, back to you is,
You going to that?
you don't even have a chance if you don't show up to this kind of stuff.
That's understandable.
So it starts there. It starts there, right? Because I'm not in their hearts, I don't know,
I understand that.
right? But I do know that if you don't show up, if we don't show up,
They don't hear us.
they ain't gonna hear us.
Our voices aren't heard.
So it at least starts with that,
Mr. Huerta,
okay?
Are you gonna be there tomorrow?
there's somebody that.
Absolutely, so I'm gonna go back here, please.
I have a question to all the people that do all the gentrification. If they're, like, they have all the money to build awesome or something, really boring buildings, but they don't have enough money to give us all homes.
Or even a
Like, what's up
shelter.
with that? Me and my sister already tried to make a homeless shelter.
That's right. What's up with that? What's up with that? So that's what we're talking about is, you know, what are we gonna do as a community? And so it starts, okay, Mija, thank you very much for sharing. It starts with you having a voice. See, just the fact that you were patient, you said, you know what, I have something to say. That's what we're talking about today, okay? Is having a voice.
And it's a
And
challenge.
you speak your heart, you speak your mind, and then you connect with other people, and we're gonna make changes happen, okay? It doesn't happen overnight, but we have a lot of power together, okay? So you show up, we go to these kinds of meetings, we talk it out, we strategize, okay? And you combine your power with my power and other people's power, and before you know it, they have to listen to us. They have to, because we will vote, because we'll empower other people to vote, because we will work with other people who have money to make sure that they do the right thing. Because some people, okay, me and you, we care about people whether they got money or not. Some people don't. Some people only care about other people that have something to give them. Me and you care about people because we just care and we love people no matter what, right? Unconditionally. I wish more people were like that, but that's, right now, it's just us right now talking about that. So I'm gonna take a question right here and then over there.
I got one question, or an interjection, pretty
Please.
much. The guy that ran the warming shelter, Jesse Armenta, had mentioned to me one night that the police department has the money to build a 440, I I think it was $1 million new police department over there by the alcohol pharmacy. Now, if they have that money for that and everything, how come they can't raise the money enough so that they could build a shelter or something for people that are out here? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. They complain about the people on the street, but they don't want to, but they don't want to put in the money to do what they should.
That's absolutely right. So, so that's, you have the exact point. So it's a matter of, is there, they call it political will, okay? Political will is when you get in a position where you're shaping policy, all right, rules.
But they want to update.
Do you have the willpower? Do you have the willpower to say, yes, I'm for something, even though it's not popular, okay?
Oh, yes.
Even though sometimes, if you raise your hand and say, I'm going to vote yes for, I'm going to make sure that of the $160 million, okay, whatever money budget, okay, out of that, we're going to carve out $10 million and take care of the biggest issue in our whole city, okay, is the people that don't have a roof over their head. We're going to make sure everybody has a roof over their head. Job number one. If you had $160 million and it only cost you let's say it's $20 million, don't you think you try to solve that? You have enough money to solve it, right? So you ask a good question, why aren't we solving it? Obviously somebody in positions of power thinks that there's roads or there's something else that's more important.
Exactly.
It's a matter of priorities and values, right? So again, we have to show up and we got to make sure our hearts and our voices are there and to make sure that we help give them the political will, right? The political will so that they can reflect what's really truly good for the community. Another question.
My question is,
I'll tell you why.
there's like buildings and buildings will keep on getting made for like people with income and have higher income, but how come they don't just like build a shelter where like their building's already there and they make it? They just make it to the shelter, they divide it.
Right.
And they take acres and acres of land that aren't even being used. We have the Pepsi building over there. What's that doing? Just sitting there.
Right.
You could have Dorothy's Kitchen, you could have everybody in those 5 acres. There's places for showers. But yet, when they do it, they just have it sitting there.
You're absolutely right, man. It's terrible. So he is probably the most well-spoken person I've had all day. These kids, I think seriously, if you guys can find your way to City Hall tomorrow, and seriously, I'll help. Make sure.
Yeah.
Would you let me know if you need help getting there? But I want if you both can get to City Hall tomorrow, I will help make sure you get there. Okay? If you let me know if you need any help, but we'll get there. Okay? Let the children talk because they are the most powerful voices right now. Okay? One more, you have something else?
Yeah, I have an extra thing. It's like they've already gone to case with the warming shelter. You know, we had it for our extra 30 days. I understand that they had it and they said no more talking about it. It's gonna go away in 30 days. But yeah, they put like all the families in hotels. Correct. And so
And here we are.
half the hotels like ours got taken away after we were told that we're gonna have it until we have a house. But just today and yesterday, we lose our hotels and we come home and there's nothing there. So they want to try to say they take care of the families first, but yet there's families coming back.
It's gonna need more than 3 minutes.
Okay.
And it would be really good for you to educate the mayor and the council members about that issue.
I hope so.
Good, and bring it again keep talking and keep telling them. You gotta keep giving truth to power, okay, that's what it's called. You say what your truth is in your heart and what you see, you need to make sure everybody sees that. We're gonna push in the right direction, we're gonna push, okay, and because of your information, we're gonna get there faster, okay? And one of the things that I think happens in terms of your motels and something that's happening in our community. This community, Salinas, is part of one of the richest communities in terms of our ag production, right? In the whole world. There's more money being made here in this area
Agriculture.
through agriculture than almost any other place on the planet, okay? And yet you can't tell me that those companies can't create more housing for their workers? That's actually, we don't talk about that much, but that's actually what you, son, just experienced, right? In a real way. I almost guarantee you, you guys got kicked out of your motel because they had the farm worker laborers, okay, needed somewhere to be. And guess who could pay more? The farmers paid the motels to take their workers. And so again, this is another case where I'm not saying that's the bad thing, but I'm just saying there should be enough resources out there to solve these problems and to make sure that there's housing for workers. But again, are they creating enough? They didn't create their own housing. They went and took opportunities that were lined up for you. So we got to make sure, right, that they pay their fair share. So we're gonna come back right here, and then we're gonna get another question back there. Okay, right here first.
So, I do understand that, you know, that they're having trouble with funds and whatsoever. In Fort Ord, they have all those old military homes that are freaking sitting there. I used to work for a cleaning company, and I used to clean those empty houses just to make them look pretty. And a lot of them are right there just sitting there. That can be for all low income. I don't understand, like, what are they saving it for? There's no freaking anything else happening right now. We can all live in an old school military home and be a community and work together and, you know, raise the kids like how we used to back in the day. Not like, oh no, yeah, kids over there doing travesuras. Like, really? Why can't we just go to Fort Ord? You know?
State government.
Crazy.
Yeah, so that's a good question. And the way I understand it is that, you know, it starts, I'll try to answer it in just a minute, is like with Fort Ord as an example, who owns the land where those barracks are, right? Either
Three cities?
But it's more complicated than that, okay? Because the Fort Ord started closing down, okay, in the 90s, 2000s, and it's been almost 20 years since they've been trying to rebuild it into other things, and now you see some stuff over there. Okay, I actually had I did some affordable housing work over there. If you go right over there, it was one of the first apartments that was actually built there, okay? And it's right there by the Target. There's actually apartments, 100 homes, apartments for low-income families that are built there, okay? So we know what it takes to do that. That was like a $20-30 million project. A lot of money, but now there's 100 families that live there, right there near the beach, and they can walk to their jobs.
Let me have two
University Village apartments. Okay, so my point is that if there's willpower and money, we could convert more housing over there on Fort Ord. And back to your other point, there probably are buildings that can be quickly recommissioned because there's lead-based paint, right? There's asbestos. Those buildings were built a long time ago with bad hazardous materials. So that's part of the reason why you can't just go in there and make something, you know, work, is because there really is some dangerous buildings there. You can't just reuse them right away, okay? And it takes a lot of money, it takes willpower, these other things. But if we do it the right way, right, just like what you're saying, there's definitely more opportunities. And that, if we focus a lot of our energies, all the different governments around here, more, and we were better and more strategic about it, we probably could do a lot more housing there on Fort Ord. And so there are people that are trying to push that, but that's a really good part of the solution. So I'm going to come back here and then you, okay? And then we're back over there.
Okay, I want to get back to the process of Tuesday at City Council, right?
Yes?
This is a process, and I want you guys all to know this so you don't get frustrated.
Yeah.
And that is, they're going to go through a bunch of stuff there, and they're probably going to leave this to the last thing.
This will be one of the first things, actually.
Right.
Oh, one of the first things, but then they're going to have a 2-minute each person to talk, so that and you kids need to get up there. everybody needs to get up there and talk and say something for 2 minutes so that there is an impact to see you guys up there trying to get housing for yourselves. You could really need, this is a very important part, it's a process, it takes time. But you need to know that you're gonna have to wait a long time while you're over there, and they need to get up there and talk for 2 minutes, write a little speech, whatever you could do, whatever you think is the most important thing for you and your family. You need to write it down and get up there and say it.
That's a great point.
Gloria.
Yeah.
That's really good. So
Sure.
if you could write it out, just keep it to a page, half a page to a page, and that'll be good, and even practice it. And when you get up there, if you feel like you just want to talk to them, that's great. And, you know, again, 2 minutes, the most important thing is just, you know, look them in the eye and say, look, I'm experiencing this.
I'm 8 years old.
You are an expert in what they're trying to say that they're trying to help, right? The whole housing thing, their inclusionary housing doesn't solve the problem, okay? It doesn't solve the problem, that's for sure. But what it does, okay, is it moves in the right direction to say the new stuff over there on the edge of town is going to be for everybody. Everybody gets a piece. That's what inclusionary housing means. Everybody gets, let's say it together. Everybody gets a piece.
Everybody gets a piece.
Okay? That's what tomorrow's about. So you say your story in a couple minutes, say, look, I need this kind of housing, you know, and the inclusionary that policy, okay, either they're gonna build it or they're gonna pay money, okay, back to the city so that nonprofits, okay, a lot of them that I work with, they build it. So Mid-Penn Housing, right? You've probably heard of them because they have the big 90 units project they're trying to build over here. That's not going to solve all the problems, right?
No.
That's only going to be for some people, not everybody. But is it? But would you? But another case, do you want it or not? We want it, right?
We want it, we just want to know.
Exactly. So then we need more until the problem goes away, right?
Yep.
If you got something wrong with your knee, you got a big cut or something, you don't just treat it once.
Right?
You got to keep treating it until it goes away.
Yep.
This community has a big, huge gashing, cancer. We got to keep treating it until it goes away. So that's what you need to make sure you tell their leaders tomorrow. Over here, back there, and then over here, okay?
Excuse me.
You're okay.
Excuse me.
We're good.
These children have said the most profound things I've heard in this whole curriculum, including what you said. Them children, they're spoken about housing, they're spoken about low-income families, they're talking about families being distressed, they're talking about themselves being without shelter. Them children have said the most profound thing. They should be our voice and not us. Let us stand back, because the only thing we can do is come up with our big words and our curriculum. Them children speak truth, they speak reality. They are homeless, they're without, and they're tired of it, and they're trying to get affordable housing. They want housing for themselves and for their families. Let them children represent us, and I'm done with it. And that's real talk. Let them children represent us.
There it is.
We ain't talking about it. Let them get into it.
There it is.
Anything we can tell us adults has came in here. We ain't come up with nothing. Let them babies get them talk for us. And I'll bet you something happen.
In the red?
That's tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Other people who are homeless that need homes, they're hungry. My sister, every time we pass by a place and we see someone with a sign or just someone standing there, we literally trash the whole car just looking for money to give them. My sister always goes, after we find money, my sister grabs it from me and just goes like a reindeer. Just dashing. She just goes for it. My sister, when we have food or things that we're not drinking or eating anymore, and she sees I like the way she thinks, and that's why me and Samantha are planning to do it. We're planning to build a huge shelter that's free.
Great.
Like food and everything. We'll have free meals. We don't care about what time it is that they have to get out. We don't have to go time. They can stay there for as long as they want.
Nice.
And I think that if the people that have money get houses, maybe we don't have money, but why don't we get houses? I really don't get that.
Everybody should have
The
a
value of a person.
or an apartment, a home, so that you're not homeless. Thank you, and I hope you are able to come along, okay? So, you want to go again?
Well, let her go first. Yeah.
It's actually funny that my friend over here mentions about being hotels for no apparent reason. My family and his family just recently went through that, and I'm pretty sure many other families have gone through that many times. And what my sister had said is true. And I'll even say one thing that I tried for. One time I went to the dentist and my mom promised me some ice cream. And then when it was over, she told me I had to wait a half hour. I'm like, no, I don't want to. And then I started crying. And then when I already got it, we were already on our way to my grandpa's. And I saw a guy, I'm like, I'm going to do something to make my mother happy. My mother gave me a couple dollars, but even though I cried for it, I gave my ice cream to him, and it was a large cup too. And even in his eyes, you can tell that he's never had something bad given to him. And that made both me and my mother happy.
It's a wonderful
I felt
feeling.
like the rainbow just shot me down at that moment, and I still feel like that.
When you're blessed, pass the blessing on.
Okay.
Sharing with everybody.
I have two comments. One is that me and my mom, we are over at the kitchen and we help with basically everything. And I just want to see one of these days when I come that nobody comes because everybody has food and a home. And then my second comment is also that why don't on the spot they have a place for a family to come and sleep for even just a night or however long they need. You know, it's just like for us, we're waiting on places to even take us back, and we're too worried about where we're gonna sleep tonight. You know, we come back to our hotel thinking, thank God we have this for a week. And then we come there and our stuff's gone and they're cleaning it out, telling us how we don't have a place. We're worried that we will be able to get in here. You know, they shouldn't have it where families should be worried about if they can get into a place to sleep for the night. No matter if it's on the floor. They shouldn't have to worry. They should be able to know, I'll have a place where I can sleep. I can always know that I'll have this place to sleep. They shouldn't just have to, it's a 50-50 chance, or 70-30 chance. 30% is I get a place and 70% is I don't. You know, it shouldn't be like that. It should be 100% you have a place to sleep. So I have.
Wes, comment a little bit of this about the flagpole. We had a
gosh.
place where we go sleep from 6 to 6, and they took that away from us.
Right, well, they changed the law, and that's that political will. We need to come back and help them change the law in a positive way.
We had a flagpole, and
So I have a question for you guys, because again, I'm a private citizen. I just happen to know certain people or anything like that. You know, I can text the mayor right now and see maybe he might get back to me or whatever. You know, that kind of access. Okay, I'm one of those types of people, right? I'm not an elected official. I don't want to be an elected official. I'm kind of one of these connector types. Okay. How can I help you? What do you want from? How can I be a partner to you?
the question is how,
Just throw out, maybe you don't have the answer, that's fine, you don't have to have the answer right now. But if you have ideas, how can somebody like me, even me specifically, how can I help you?
for me, I would say, for me, it's
Okay, go ahead.
the law turned backward, the flagpole. We used to have the right to sit down from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. and put a tent up.
Yeah.
Or, I was never a tent guy, but I think I seen my guy. Yeah. Go back, they took that away from us. We used to have- Where they changed the law. You know, if I'm not in this position, I can be sitting up. We used to have the right to spread our sleeping bag out on public property and sleep overnight. We're not allowed to do that anymore.
Okay, so I'm not an expert in why that is the case or why
No,
they changed it, this
they
and that,
changed the law.
but
I'm
this
just
is
saying-
what
I'm
I
just
want
saying
to,
that-
look, so this is good, this is good. This is, again, remember we're having a dialogue and we're teaching each other, right?
I'm just
And
saying.
thank you, Wes, for capturing this, because again, we can learn from this discussion, so thank you for that. So you have something, and then we want to hear from the children again.
Every year they
Go right here.
take some.
You know, one of the things that I brought up when I first came here the first night, and I bring it up again, we need to stress to the councilman is we are individuals, we're not parasites, we're not garbage. And that's exactly the way they present us as garbage, which is wrong.
We're all people, we're all human beings, we need to be treated with dignity, right?
Just
And
because
respect.
we're
Respect.
down where we're at now and everything, it doesn't mean that we're not individuals. We had a place at one time, we had a job at one time. We were just like them and everything else. It's just that something happened, where we ended up where we're at and everything else. But they act as though we're like, you know, a piece of junk and everything, and the attitude of a lot of them is they've turned around and everything. Our own governor of California and everything has even admitted and everything that the way he sees it and everything is we're not worth the time or the effort, and that's dead wrong.
They took our dignity.
So we want to hear from the children again. So we'll start back, who was last, did you talk last month, so we're in red. What's your name? Can you hear? Natalie? Natalie? Okay, go ahead, Natalie.
I realized, like he said, like, we should be called garbage because we're homeless. People throw away food, and they shouldn't. They should just, what me and my mom did, as well as my sister and my brother, when they have, like, we don't throw away, well, most of the time we don't throw away our food. Sometimes it just depends. Yeah. We always, one time we bought food, and we just like went around with our car, driving around, looking under bridges, finding people, giving them food. And that was like a little, like a year ago, I think. And we, it just felt really good when we did it because it's like we seen their smile and we seen how dirty they were, which was not the good part about it. We just wish they weren't like that. We wish they had a home, they could take a nice warm bath or shower whatever they wanted, or even cold, it doesn't matter how they like it. And we wish they had better clothes. I'm not saying like they have horrible clothes. No, I'm not saying that. I barely have clothes that fit me, but I don't know. Like I was saying the last time, it's like our go-to. And I was thinking every day I would knock on the door, find a way, kind of, but it's not really. It's where they have like a present where there's clothes, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, sponges. Basically a present on the beach. No, present. Oh yeah, that's it.
How old are you, Natalie?
9.
You go to work, school?
Yeah. We recently got out.
Yeah, it's summertime, right? But where, can you tell us where you went to school?
We're on the west.
Baron Meadows? And do you all go to Baron Meadows?
No, he's just kind
Your sister, so Natalie, and then what's your name?
Samantha.
Natalie, Samantha, and Samantha goes to Baron Meadows?
I also
Baron Meadows. And so you're 9,
I'm
Samantha,
11.
Samantha's 11, and your name?
11 and Nathaniel.
Nathaniel?
I said 11.
Nathaniel is 11.
11.
And can you tell us where you went to school?
I go to school at Roosevelt Elementary.
Roosevelt.
He's volunteering and
Yeah, so technically when you said work, I was like, yeah, I kind of go to both.
Yeah, you do go to work. Well, thank you. Three of you. You can keep talking and everything. I'm blown away. I think everyone's blown away about how courageous you are and how you're able to communicate what's going on. I appreciate that a lot.
You know how you were saying that we need to work with people to like build shelters and build everything? Well, there's people like Elliot, the head of Monterey. They're still working on it, but we need like voices like us. We need everybody there to help Elliot and the mayor and everybody else who's trying to get us a permanent shelter, what won't close down and what's for everybody.
that has showers and.
Yeah, like how I was saying earlier,
Right.
the
Actual home.
building. I mentioned that at a meeting, and they're actually trying to get it passed, and they've gone meetings trying to get it done because it's where they loaded up the trucks, showers. They have areas where you can even tent, like tenting camping, and then they have the 2-acre building. You could split it up in men, women, families, and then you could have it even enough area to have a kitchen for them to be able to serve everything. So I just don't know why they don't just say, accepted, let's do this.
I don't know either. So that's a problem. So tomorrow, hopefully you guys can continue communicating that, and shame on them if they don't do everything they can to make progress fast. You want to go back in? Does anybody else have any questions? You guys, right here, and then we'll go back to the kitchen.
Just real quick, basically, I'm looking at community. We got farm workers here, they're sleeping in shelters. There's a motel down the way that bring people from out of state to work at agricultural. They put double bunks inside there where they have beds for 4 people. This is about community, being able to sleep area for people that live here. They're putting our farm workers in shelters, and the motels, they can put double bunks. I see they put double bunks in certain hotels to provide more beds for people. They don't do it for anybody else because of cost and value. Pretty much, they're getting more money out of the buck from that.
So that's what we talked about earlier. We got to make sure that, between all the amazing resources that are out there, that we serve as many people as we can. So I'm not convinced that, that they've done the best work they can.
Yeah, for winter time or something like that. Come on, these motels are not, they're not as busy. They could help out a little bit.
Thank you. Bring that up again. So it sounds like, maybe a couple more comments from the children.
Yeah, we should wrap it up.
So how about we do this? How about in 2 sentences, each of you, think about it real quick. You each have 2 sentences to tell us, the last thing on your mind. What do you want us to think about?
How can he help you?
And how can I personally help you? So let's go here and then do it that way. Wait, Natalie. No, Samantha.
Yeah.
Samantha.
Okay, one thing I would like you to help us with is telling people to stop calling us children stupid. We are not. As you can see, you guys are getting a lot of knowledge from us.
Right.
And other people don't know what they're saying when they call us stupid or idiots.
Hey, you're the smartest people in there.
That makes you levels.
Definitely. Thank you. I will do that for sure, and I'll make sure other people know about that.
Okay, you can help me.
Daniel, right?
Yep. One thing that you could really help me with is, what time is the meeting?
What time is the meeting? Technically it starts at 4, but I don't think they're going to be talking about this stuff until 4:30 or even 5, but I think we should all get there at 4:30. So if we can get there at 4:30, we might have to hang out a little bit outside, or we can hang out in the back of the room or whatever. And we can even talk before then to make sure that, what's that?
The really careful part is, last session, I think they bumped out the closed session and put that for last.
Oh.
So we lost, like I showed at 4:30, I lost public comment.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, so this is actually an item though.
Right,
So because we have the inclusionary housing item this time, it's not just public comment.
right. Well,
We should talk about the inclusionary housing and say, look, if you're talking about inclusion, then you're talking about me, and then that's when you give them the story about, is this really addressing our needs, right?
There you go.
Does that work?
Yeah, that's a good message, fantastic message.
And then, okay, so.
Yeah, let her and then I want to say.
Thank you. What do you have?
Let her go. Okay,
Natalie.
yeah. You know how you were saying, how can you help us?
What can I do? Anything big or small, whatever, anything, what can I do?
Actually, it's, you could help a little bit, but I'd rather have most of the rich people. Rich people help us with homes, food, clothing, shoes, which is not necessarily clothing.
Nice.
And like supplies for when we need to take showers and all that stuff. And probably someone who like makeup. I wouldn't really, I would really, and a lot of people pass by here, probably think in their minds, who in the world would want to be there?
Right.
A lot of people are here. They don't know them because a lot of people are in shelters in here at this place. There's hotels over there on the side of it. We used to live in Oakland.
Vacant hotels.
Her and my brother, I don't know where he is. They were like really tiny. Their dad, he used to work at Walmart. He made money for us, so he can make sure his kids had food, which was us. And he made sure we had stuff to take showers.
What happened to 2 sentences?
Like, why would we live together?
Keep going.
It's all good. Hey, you know what? I appreciate you sharing. Thank you for sharing, all three of you, and this is good practice for tomorrow, right? So this is really, really, really important. You have one last thing to say?
The last thing is, hurry up and get us a shelter.
There you go. There you go.
So, give them a hand, So, I mean, again, I came in here just trying to be here. I'm a resource for you all, for the community. We had a good discussion. I really appreciate you again inviting me to your community here. And that's pretty much it. So I hope to, you have one more question? Sorry. Yeah, so I have information and Wes knows how to get a hold of me. So I'll come back at some other point if we want to talk again and strategize again. Tomorrow's not the end all be all. It's not the biggest meeting ever. It's just one of us, an opportunity again to get your power together, pull your power together, and then let them see it. Right? We want to let them see the power through those children.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because they're part of your community, and they're the ones that probably represent the community need the most. And so we want to hear from them tomorrow. That'll be very powerful. I really appreciate your time and energy and being welcome here. Okay, so thank you.
Right on, man.
Have a good night.
Okay, and before you go, I wanted to bring up a couple things because at 2 o'clock we're going to do our homeless. There's a housing committee at 2 o'clock tomorrow at the west wing of City Hall. So you go in the door and you turn left. It's not the big circle building. It'll be the main building, and you turn left. It'll be the west wing conference room is what it's called. 2 o'clock they're going to have a discussion on a new homeless shelter. So what you're asking about is exactly what we need to go there and say, yes, by all means, let's do it. And let's make it big. Let's make it full enough that everybody can get in. So 2 o'clock is the first big one, and then the inclusionary housing. I still say that maybe we should show up at 4. because last time they postponed the closed session.
It's up to you, that's.
And we can also talk about the, okay, today we had the building inspector come by and the fire inspector. Officially, they are not in a position to say that this is a safe place to be. It doesn't have like smoke detectors, just for one thing, carbon monoxide, and a couple other things. So they could not, officially sign off on it. And they asked us to actually not open tonight. So it's really important that we come out and we show the humanity of the situation, the intelligence of what in the world are we doing to these people, and actually rise up, let's get out of the shadows, let's start being counted. The more that you're front and center, the more they've got to deal with you, and the more they've got to deal with you, the more they want to get rid of you. So they're willing to throw some money at it. But we have to be that linchpin to force that political will. And there's a whole room full of here with a lot of love and a lot of community spirit and a lot of intelligence. And we need to convey that to our elected officials and top administration.
So Wes, squeaky wheel gets greased.
2 o'clock we'll be there until 6.
See y'all be there at 2 o'clock, if you
Yeah.
care.
Yep, 2 o'clock we'll be there until 6.
Or,
Whenever the thing is over and we're gonna look at it. And if possible, talking during city public comment would be very key as well. Those 2 minutes, they add up. We got 30 people that go, that's an hour. You know how much political pressure that is? Seriously, even if we just filibuster an hour. Like, we're sitting on them and we're making them have to look at us and deal with us. Instead of just dismissing us like garbage, storage of personal property on city property, black out all the sidewalks as well as any private property, and then change to 66. The 66 was never on purpose. 66 was because people were bent into this position. But 6 months later, they pull it right out, and what do they do? Unlawful camping. Exactly what they wanted in 2015. So they got it.
the 66 was their compromise.
Yeah, but
all of a
it was...
sudden they saw that we were doing it so well.
And so we swelled up, and then we rose out. The tide receded, and they said, well, we're going to take our power back. And then they did unlawful camping.
Exactly.
Wes, I got a question. Tomorrow at the council meeting at 2 o'clock, will there be refreshments there?
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and that's a big thing, isn't it? Because dinner's at 6:15. So whether... I don't know how to work that, because I'm... Coming up with money is kind of not my strong suit.
Everybody get up in the morning, eat good for 12.
Okay, so Meredith and Dorothy's has lunch 11:30 and 1 o'clock. Double down on it, and
Exactly.
you're not going to die of starvation if you go without a dinner. But I don't want to begrudge you dinner either. So if you're really hungry, I suppose, except for the union guys, you eat double lunch. But the ladies, but I'm not going to be able to open it until after that agenda item is over. So just know that there's nowhere to go, until the whole drove comes back. And I will be able to give rides from City Hall back. And of course, if you're ambulatory, I prefer you walk, but I will give as many rides. And Matt, I'm sure we'll give a couple rides if he's available. And I think we've got bus back here.
One
Yes, sir.
question. The couple right there?
Right.
So
Yeah, and
there's
I'm
gotta
not-
be somebody to let them in. So if you don't mind,
Okay, yeah.
but for everybody else, if you guys show up over there, Wes would appreciate it.
Right, and we got sign in, and I already got your names and numbers.
We signed in over there?
No, you already signed in over here, so I will be like, check attendance. Oh, he didn't show up.
I'm looking at it as opposite if I come in late to make sure I'm be able to get in.
Well, I mean, at the very least, you need to show up and listen. If you feel so moved to say something, right ahead.
Oh, they're gonna get something.
And we'll go over like when you can speak or whatever. Think about this kind of stuff. I mean, a lot of ideas were sparked, obviously, and we really need to start voicing ourselves, taking ownership over our own lives again. Because otherwise, people are going to do whatever they want to do. They've already dismissed you Even in school, when you're a little kid, they've already dismissed everybody. They don't care about anybody but their own kid. Everybody else is nothing.
You know what?
So you gotta stand out, and you gotta actually rise above that.
I think
So for tomorrow, if would it help if I work with somebody to try to get water and pizza?
That'd be, absolutely,
Pizza?
absolutely. That way we're done? Yeah.
Water and pizza like around, like 4, right,
Yeah.
3:30?
Yeah, 3:30 will work well,
Like
absolutely.
we'll work, I'll get somebody, we'll get some pizza and water.
Okay. That's a good cuss, because
Is
it's
that
really
good?
important.
Okay.
I think our strongest.
Yeah, okay, I'll do the same. I'll do the same.
I'll work with you, we'll figure out, we'll get pizza and water at least.
Soda,
I'll buy sodas.
all right, I have a couple of 2 liters.
There you go, so we'll get.
Right? Who wants, what's really expensive?
If you like making love at midnight.
Yeah, lots of right? All right, so, I think we're pretty well pumped and ready, excited for tomorrow at 2, City Hall, for sure. Collect by like 1:45 or something, I'll be at the sidewalk right there in front.
Okay.
Waiting for people, signing people in.
Yes.
It's scripted.
Thanks for your time again, okay, have a good night.
Matt,
Stay safe.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it, Matt.